So Jarrett, with these accessory dwelling units and California state coming in and saying to the local communities, you have to do this, how do you feel about it? Do you think it's a good thing?
Overall, I think it's a good thing. I think mostly it was a necessary thing. The reason that the state had to do this is for decades and decades, the states had lots of laws on the books that encourage local jurisdictions to provide for new housing. You have to have a housing element in your general plan. They have this thing called the Regional Housing Needs Assessment that sets a target for each area, and you have to meet it.
And I heard that Santa Barbara does actually have that plan, they're just not meeting it.
Yeah, we're not meeting it, and most other places aren't meeting it either.
So this, with the ADU, it's really the owners of the properties that are moving it forward even better.
Well, that would help. The ADUs, the state did say you get to count those as meeting your housing needs requirements, so that's a big benefit to cities like Santa Barbara, which are built out and don't have a lot of room for big new projects. One of the great things I think about accessory dwelling units is that it spreads the impacts of the new housing sort of evenly across the community. So instead of having some big 50-unit project that concentrates all the traffic and everything in one spot, you have these little things all around the neighborhoods that really, they don't change the character of the neighborhoods a whole lot. And you also have some real personal investment in these types of projects. For the most part, they're people that live on the property and they're building this for themselves or for their kids or
for their aging parents.
So it's a different sort of approach to doing a project than people that are building a new development. And I work for a lot of people like that too, and those projects have their place too. But I think the ADUs are a very fast and sort of low impact way to get a lot of new housing units available in certainly a market like Santa Barbara.
And I think the idea there is that if we get more housing units, enough for the number of people that we have here, it will bring housing prices down in terms of rental pricing. But there's a couple of other ways to look at it too. I mean, you get to a point where you're retired and you don't have as much income coming in. The only way you can stay is to rent out a room, and this way you don't have to have somebody that invades your space. They actually have their own space, and they're not, or vice versa. You move into the small space and you rent out your whole home.
Yeah.
And I think even for new buyers on the market, I think it's important because they may qualify for a certain amount of loan, but if they don't, maybe they're not comfortable with the mortgage payment. But if they have $1,000 of income coming in from the ADU, then that's $200,000 in mortgage payment-ish. And I think that makes a huge impact on the affordability index here.
Definitely. I've met lots of people at hearings I've spoken at and different workshops I've been to. And a lot of these people are, they've retired and they're having a hard time keeping up with their payments on their property. And the thing that is going to allow them to stay in their property is that they now have the ability to create an accessory dwelling unit and get the income stream from that. And I've met people that they're going to live in the ADU and let their kids, their adult children, live in the main house, where now they have a house to raise a family in, and the parents don't need that much space. I mean, they work in so many different ways. It's such an amazing, flexible solution to a problem that we've just had for decades.
Perfect.